All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another patch notes video. Now, this patch notes is a little bit special for multiple reasons. Number one, my music's not working, which is fucking lovely. Number two, I have four separate pieces of food around me, which is even better. Why the fuck is this bullshit not working, yo? Oh, that one worked. Okay, here we go. Now it's working. All right, there we go. And it's hearable. Nice. So, my music's working now. I have four different pieces of food, including, well, technically five. Meat chunks with bread. A microwavable pasta with gravy and meatballs, Reese's peanut butter cups, and rice. So I have a feast prepared for me today, especially considering I didn't eat until yesterday. The last time I ate was yesterday. Regardless. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm getting distracted. Anyway, the other reason this is special is because this patch notes video is the preseason patch, which we'll be going over. And aside from that, we also have another member to join us to help our little review of this. Now, I already kind of reviewed this when it came out, so mostly, I mean, we'll go over through it like, a little bit more as well. But we'll mostly just be giving our opinions on it. So let me get the special guest referee here as soon as I make sure everything is good. Okay. Oh,
Where am I?
Mr. Roman, welcome.
Mr. Allen.
Welcome, Mr. Roman.
I was just with Daniel B. Sherlock and Robinson B. Sherlock.
Yes, but the important part is you weren't with Jesse.
Oh, the mad son. I actually was earlier today.
Oh my goodness.
He sucks.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Jesse, if you're watching this, but some
Damn.
things never change.
Damn, yo, come on.
Some things never change.
So anyway, young man, are you excited?
No.
Are you excited for preseason?
No, I'm not.
Why not, dude?
Because Riot put this stupid thing beforehand that if you were banned, it's going to take about a year to get, of non-stop playing to be able to earn the shitty skin at the end of the reward. And because I didn't play the full fucking year, guess what? I'm not getting the skin. Thank you, Riot.
I mean, you did that to yourself.
I got banned how long ago?
Not
I don't even remember.
that
Chris,
long ago.
Chris, when was the last time I played on my ult?
On your alt?
I have no memory.
I
Yeah,
don't
'cause that's
remember,
the last
but
time I got banned.
I think it was half a year ago.
So I need to play the full fucking year?
Well, I mean, you stopped playing League for a good while. We all did.
That's true.
Well, except me. I always played this stupid ass
Fuck
game.
Riot. No bat. No bat.
You did this to yourself. Anyway, Elijah, it's time to go over what's new, what's hip, what's fresh, wacky,
On
and
the Rift?
zany on the Rift. Yes.
Ooh.
Do you have the patch notes open, mister?
It's that time already? Yes, I do.
Alright, dude. We've been at this game for 6 years now?
Yes.
Me,
Now,
a tad bit longer, but
we're not counting that time in Greece when you touched your fucking PP on
you don't
Blitzcrank.
count a whole summer?
Chris, you said you didn't. You touched your PP on Blitzcrank.
No,
once,
that
and
was
then,
in
you
America.
disconnected.
No, that was in America
Oh.
after.
Oh, I guess. I
No,
don't
in
know.
the summer, for the whole summer, I just played Ash. And the
you
people who I
like
was
it?
playing it would actually tell me, like, oh yeah, you're becoming a decent Ash. I was like, oh, cool.
Do you think Ash is good, Chris? Do you think you
The
could
Ash
be
back
decent on
then?
that? No, now.
No.
Now with the Riot's Law and Order, Chris, can you do it now?
No. Anyway, let's... Fuck.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get into the patch notes. So, welcome to preseason. We hope, at Riot Games, you're ready for some big shake-ups to Summoner's Rift. Now, I've basically went over a lot of what they're doing already. On my
in
YouTube?
previous videos?
Yes.
Where can we find that information?
At youtube.com/Technics channel. Of course, if you're seeing this, kind viewer, you're on youtube.com/Technics channel. Unless I get wildly popular and this is appropriated to some different channel or something, I don't know.
Maybe this is like you pop off years later and like somebody is unearthing this video, like they're dusting this one off.
Like, oh, I wonder like what they were gonna do for preseason. In season,
like,
what is this, 10?
Season 10, 7 years. 7 years in their league career. What were they doing?
Nothing. So anyway, mostly with this little bullshit,
Yes.
we're obviously going to go over the changes, but the most important things are what we think of them.
Okay.
Because now we actually have values to stick on to the changes. They actually give us numbers in this.
Ooh, numbers game?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you the overarching feeling I have about this whole thing. And it might shock you.
Because I actually haven't... I don't know too much about what's going on here, but I
That's
do know
even
that
better.
The map is opening up.
That's somewhat true, depending.
Okay.
So anyway.
And the dragon seem to be...
Yes, and I have an opinion on that.
Right.
So there's some big shakeups to Summoner's Rift, Elijah. There's expansions and overhauls to multiple item systems. Multiple.
Expansions?
And major
DLC?
work, yes. And yeah. And major work to a bunch of keystones. Holy God.
Oh, good. Now to learn all the gay little runes again.
They're taking out Klepto.
No! No!
In many respects, Elijah, this is our most ambitious preseason in years. I don't agree with that.
Can I just say that they've waited 10 years to like innovate the game? That's basically what they're saying, right?
Well, no, they're saying this is the biggest innovation they've done.
Oh,
They've
okay,
done
okay.
innovations every other year, but this one's the biggest one.
Okay.
So anyway,
Slide.
we're excited to see what new picks and strategies develop in a world where the map itself changes during the game, just like
gamers.
Battlefield. Levolution. Anyway, as usual, the next couple of months we will be all about establishing and balancing and nerfing everything you love as we head towards the next season. So now's the time to jump in if you want to play it while it's OP.
Buffakali.
Yes. On the ranked note, if you're looking to scratch your competitive itch, TFT's ranked season starts this patch.
Oh my, no.
This
What?
patch.
Wait, so to scratch my Summoner's Rift itch,
Yes.
they want me to play this?
No, not your Summoner's Rift. This your ranked itch. Elijah, think about this. You can gain rank in TFT and get nothing for it.
Really?
Yeah.
To scratch the itch, that's all I have to do is
That's
grind and get
all you
nothing?
have to do. Yes. Except
Alright,
go
thank you,
against
man.
better players, making it harder for you. Anyway,
That's what I like.
best of luck to both your preseason matches and making it through this wall of patch notes.
Well, yeah.
So, this patch we have...
We have a little video, Mr. Allen.
We're not watching that. We don't advertise Riot's video, we advertise my video. So anyway, this patch we have 2 skins, both of which I think are pretty gay. But we have Pulsefire Thresh, which I think is ass. Prestige Pulsefire Thresh, which I think is a little less ass, but still ass.
With this stuff?
No, actually, someone did the did like a look at the Prestige skins. I think 95% of them are female.
Wait, excuse me?
95% of the Prestige.
Is Riot doing this for a reason?
Well, remember what we said about like how they choose like the skins.
Listen. I just want to go out and say that did they have an issue with like sexual harassment in the workplace too?
They got over that. They got over that. Think about this. They had that, and that was the big talk of Riot. Like, oh my God, Riot, what's wrong with them? What's with this company? And right after that happened, they unveiled all their games. I'm just saying, like, they know what they're doing.
I think if you keep talking like that, Riot might put their eye on you.
I think they should fucking host my videos on their channel. But anyway, after the Pulsefire and gayness that this is,
Waste of skins.
we have Victorious Aatrox, which, keeping in line with all the Victorian skins, suck ass. Dude, all the Victoria skins suck ass in my opinion. Like they're so bad.
God tier.
No, what? Ew, no. Compared to other skins?
Oriana's was pretty nice.
Listen, all the Victoria skins are take a piss color, put it on a champion. There you go. There's your fucking piss colored champion. I hope you're happy grinding. Aatrox
also looks like pretty good.
The only thing I like about him is his yes, it is.
Hey.
The only thing I like is his wings. His wings look nice.
I like his little crown or his headpiece.
Yeah, but I don't know. Both these skins are ass. I think if you had to put an RP price on Victoria skins, they'd be 975s. My opinion.
I agree.
Thank you, right? Anyway.
Except for Ori, I think that was 1350. I still think that's a really good skin.
Maybe. Anyway. So yeah, 2019 season's over. I hope every person viewing this has a good season.
I think
had a good season, except everyone who thinks they're better than me.
Yeah, them especially not. But I would like to also say for my homies that got banned this season, we're not missing much. It's all right. It's not like it's a good skin.
And for the people who are like me and honor level 5, we will enjoy what we have. So, moving into the actual changes of the season. The biggest change yet to League of Legends. This preseason, we're adding more game-to-game variety and opportunities for mastery to Summoner's Rift.
Joy.
After the second dragon dies, the map will permanently transform to one of the 4 elemental rifts, each with a unique bullshit with it that will alter the way you take on team fights, rotations, visions, and objective. It'll change This does nothing. This shit does maybe
Chris, the map opens up.
Yo, listen.
Opening up new opportunities?
Listen.
For outplay,
listen,
okay?
If this is like... They're big like, look guys, look, there's a rock. There's a new rock right in the middle. Look at it.
Do you know how strong that is for Kiana?
I'm going to explain that. I'm going to explain that later. Because I have a feeling I know why they did this.
Rock.
But, yeah, don't get me started with that. Anyway, elemental rifts don't favor a specific team. So games are still in players' hands. So basically, if you're good or bad, they change nothing.
They change nothing. Nice. So they're making innovations that have no relevancy.
Yes. So basically, what they said before, we want you to be able to master Summoner's Rift. Mm-hmm. Basically, what they're saying is, if you know how to jungle and you just know the game in general, which I think you need. Like, I think jungle's the most thought-intensive role besides support.
Yes, it is.
Besides support, I think support is up there too.
Agree.
But basically, this... Alright, you know what? Let's keep going. I'm not even going to it yet.
I'm about to get passionate.
Yeah, I was about to. We also wanted to ensure the rifts feel intuitive even in your first game. What is intuitive about having a fucking rock in the middle of the jungle?
Chris, I also like to add things, but I'll save that for when you rant, because I think I understand Riot's genius with these innovations.
They added an extra bush.
Rengar.
That's innovative, dude.
Rengar steps into the meta.
That's it. It's like Ivern came in, used his W, and it bugged out and just never went away. That's essentially what they've added with some of these like new bullshit. Anyway,
Rengar is now the king of the jungle.
Dude, maybe you should play Rengar, dude.
I'm a Kazakhs man, sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, so they don't introduce any new mechanics, and terrain changes always occur in the same areas no matter what.
Okay, so if you play after a week, you basically understand what's gonna happen.
I think after you play a game, you'll know what happens. So, here's the transformation mechanics. Here's where we could start ranting. So, transformation trigger. You know, as they said, once the second dragon dies and the third one is revealed, it'll show us how the map changes. Depending on what the third dragon is, the map will change in a different way. So, like, fire always opens up red. Okay, this is some bullshit. You see the little picture they have of, like, the red buff?
What, what, at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All they did was open it up more. That's literally... you don't have to walk around it. That's it. That's it. It Okay, yeah, they add a little flame effect to it, but, like, all they did was, like, open it up a little bit. So instead of walking 2 feet to the right... I could walk down and then 2 feet to the right. Thank you.
Didn't they remove the brush though? There was a brush near the red.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't see that.
So now they can't run.
That's worse. Wait, that's worse. That means there's
Now
less
they will
like positions
die.
for counterplay and shit. You can't hide anymore.
Now they will get punished. If Riot is implementing punishments, I'm liking where this is going.
They're making
think a lot
vision
of-
like not matter as much.
A lot of League players go unpunished. So if this is what Riot wants to do to punish them by taking away like a shit to hide behind, I'm all for it.
Well, then you're not gonna like bottom top lane. But
Oh fuck my lanes.
anyway, so the territorial. Once the map transforms, all future elemental drakes spawn will only be that element. I actually didn't know that.
So like if the second one happens to be rock, and we kill rock, it'll only spawn rocks after that.
No, I think no. So here's how it works, and I actually like the new way it works. Basically, and they might say this later, so I might be going over it twice, but we'll get every dragon in a game, time permitting. Time permitting. So let's say the first one is fire. We can never get another fire at that point.
Okay.
Let's say the second one is like first it's fire, then it's ocean. The third one has to be either wind or earth. And then after that one, whatever the last one is, after the third one, I think we just keep getting that one then.
Oh, okay. So whatever's left, we'll just keep getting more of that.
Of the fourth one, yeah.
Okay.
Which
Can
is
you only
weird.
get 4 drags in a game? Because now, as it stands in regular league, you can get up to 5 dragons, and then it goes to elemental if you're really fast.
Yeah, well, we'll see, because I think they're changing the times as well, but we'll see. So anyway, so the changes that occur only occur in the jungle, which is why I said, this is basically for junglers, as well as the dragon pit. So basically for junglers. Yeah, get ready to learn a new rock in your way.
Yes!
So, now they explain. So Infernal Rift, right? The brush nearest to blue and red buffs burn away, and now blue and red buff, you can walk through them.
Hell yeah.
And the dragon pit gets wider. I don't know necessarily what that does for anyone.
Like an arena.
You have the river right there. What more of an arena do you fucking need?
Riot wants you to fight in the fucking dragon pit.
Again, if anything, this is worse because at least the wall when it was closed in covered you. So like how ADs when they're doing it, they'd go inside it to not be seen or have protection. Now it's worse. Now it's worse for them.
Chris, you might think of it as worse. Others might think of it as opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Riot. You fucked my role. Okay, so moving on. That's the stupid fire one, which I think is stupid. Rock. Now it's time for rock. So, you thought the fire one opened up the map a little bit too much? Now we have rock.
Chris, there's a jagged rock!
Exactly. As the name states, it creates tight spaces, which give opportunity for big AoE wombos, and create some interesting new hiding spots in Fog of War.
Ooh.
This one I actually like.
You like rock?
Yeah.
Chris, are you smoking ganja? You right?
No. I'm choking on meat.
Chris, no!
The meat. The meat.
The one thing to fell Chris Allen. Meat.
Absolutely not. Anyway. So basically, rock does the opposite of fire, and I like that. Because now, the rock, you could hide behind it and technically be covered from vision.
Really?
Yep.
Ooh, rock.
So I actually think I'll like rock the most out of all of these. Maybe.
Okay.
But anyway.
That's pretty good. I
think,
actually like the rock one too.
Yeah, I like it for what it does, but thematically and like just thought-wise, I just imagine they're in the Riot offices, right? Like, all right, guys, we gotta think of a new, innovative, creative, magical, mystical way to change Summoner's Rift. Let's add a rock. Holy fuck. It's like it's such a stupid idea and so simple, and they're touting this like simple 5th grade idea as like something that's revolutionary and crazy and their biggest change yet.
But
Let's add a rock.
But notice, Mr. Allen, with this edition of the Rock, it also landed the first place spot out of like all the drags that you like.
Well,
So
no.
maybe it wasn't genius.
It added the first place spot to how it affects the map. Because the drags do different shit now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to rate the dragons and the maps differently. I like the
Okay.
Earth one the most, though, so far. The Rock one.
Rock is good for the map.
Yes. Yes. So, going on to Ocean. Ocean basically makes it so Iron has jizzed everywhere.
Oh.
And there's more fruit. That's it.
Look at the fruit, Mr.
So I would say, if anything, this one impacts the game the most.
Rengar?
Yes. God, it's like stuck in the middle of my fucking throat.
Fucking Chris.
Dude, it's like every time I swallow, it's still there. But anyway.
After you die?
After I die. I just won't swallow anymore. I'll spit.
Oh, damn, this is like crazy.
So, yeah, there's more, like, hiding spots. So it's similar to the Earth one in that it gives you more protection, technically, to certain things. You need more vision for this one than the Rock one. The Rock one actually provides, like, a physical defense. This one provides, like, a vision defense. But if you have vision, nothing changes with this. If you have vision.
But you have to waste a lot of, like to get good vision of the map, you'd have to expend a lot of words.
Yes, that is true. The good thing about this, though, is that there's a lot more, like, little jungle fruit. Like, actually in your own jungle. So you don't have to go to the river and, like, potentially die. You can actually be healthy in your own jungle with this, but by the time this comes up in game, it should be, like, mid-game and people should be roaming. So it doesn't even matter. But it could, like, have you slow people. It's
so good for, like, fights in the jungle.
Yeah, like, it'll... Can, like, immediate healing or, like, immediate slowing for the enemy. So, this is good. I like this one, too. This is the number 2.
Okay, so right now Infernal's sucking cock.
Yeah, Infernal just blows dick. Which I think is going to be the opposite for what the dragon does, but we'll see. So, Cloud. Cloud, I think, is the absolute... Like, if you thought Earth was, like, innovative and creative, Cloud is, like, even better. So, with Cloud, all there is certain areas of the map, you just go faster.
That's good for aggro.
Yes, but you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of fucking Skarner passive.
Yes! Dude, the fucking, what are they, the crystals?
Yes, because look at the range. It's even less than Skarner passive range, I think.
Nice.
Like, look at this bullshit.
It is less, I think.
It is. And the thing that gets me the most, I don't know if this shows the whole thing, but it's only in the red buff and the blue buff and the dragon pit. How does that help anyone unless you're fighting there? Because at that point, all you're doing is, okay, from this space to this space, you're moving faster. That's it. It changes the map in no other way besides it gives you movement speed and a tiny little space. This is possibly the worst dragon. This is the worst dragon changing of the map I've seen, and it's so stupid, it's so uncreative, and it's so fucking useless unless the movement speed is, like, insane. Unless it's, like, you gain 50 to 100 move speed while in this area, it's fucking useless. It's useless, but if it's a lot, mid lane is gonna, like, roam through the bot, like, through their own jungle instead of, like, through the river. But anyway.
That was pretty bad.
It looks to me pretty bad. So those are how they changed the maps. So, aside from the dragons doing nonsense to the map, we actually have a significant change in the side lanes, Elijah.
I hate this shit.
I actually thought it was stupid and retarded in the sense that it was useless at first, but I'm kind of changing my mind on it now. So, as the lovely viewers can see...
Both of my lanes that I main, dude, fucking
As... You main jungle, you fuck.
I don't main jungle.
So you don't play Kha'Zix and, like...
I play Kha'Zix.
All these other people in the jungle.
Well, yeah, but...
You've played Kha'Zix way more than you've played Akali.
With you, maybe, yeah.
I think in general.
Look at my match history. So
how long have you played Akali for?
This is a discussion for another day.
How many days have you played Akali, young man?
Last week, since last week.
Since last week. And how long have you been playing Kha'Zix for?
Years.
Exactly. Anyway. So, Riot doesn't expect laning to change fundamentally as a result of this, and honestly, I don't see many people using this aside from engage supports. Engage supports might use this to like hide out, or junglers. Yeah, or junglers might use this to like hide. Like if you push up the lane, now the jungler can go through the brush through like the back way and be closer to you without getting seen.
Yeah, it's hard to because you can either ward the bush to see if you might like go straight through or he'll go around it. So it's like it's nice, I guess. It's better for jungling, which I hate. Fucking stupid ass.
Well, if you ward the middle, you'll see if they go to the back anyway, because then it'll spot them. Because there's no grass on the pathways.
So it'll be that far. Oh, all right. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, you're right.
So like the middle ward is like the do all see all. However, you don't know if when they're back there if they've backed or if they're sitting there. So it kind of creates like a okay, like what do I do?
Mind games.
Yeah, it's like a mind game.
Like, is he still sitting there?
But like they say, I don't expect it'll. Yeah, I don't expect like too much to occur from this, but like it'll bring some nuance. I feel like this change will actually bring some nuance to the lanes.
Nice.
So that's nice. I like this.
A subtle change, big impact.
Big impact. And just baseline, they're adding 2 new bushes near the blue buffs.
Yeah.
Which I actually like because these are good. So that way, if you try and invade and the like defending jungler knows, they can fuck you here.
Yeah, it's counterplay.
I really like that.
You can wait for them.
Yeah, I really like that. So now we get into the hopefully stats. Yeah, we get into the stats of the dragons. Dragon souls, Elijah, not dark souls, not demon souls, dragon souls, are now a new endgame payoff for the team who wins the Elemental Drake minigame. Minigame. A powerful reward that's similar to an epic objective like Mr. Nasher. Dragon souls don't offer the same moment-to-moment strength as Baron or Elder, but they're permanent. And an additional bonus on top of the Drake stacks already. So, basically, I actually have no clue what this is. I didn't even know this. I have no clue what this is. The first team to slay 4 dragons gains a dragon soul matching the elemental rift. Interesting. Okay. So, whatever the third dragon is, or whatever like the map has changed from the third dragon, is the soul we get.
Okay. And that'll just be a buffed up version of the stack we already have?
I don't know. We'll see. Because they still haven't told us what the regular dragons do. But true. Elder Dragon begins spawning after one team gains a dragon soul, meaning only one team can have it. Okay, wait. So this is how it works. Wait, that's so gay. Wait.
All right, explain it to me. You're ahead of yourself.
Okay, so let's say Team 1 kills the first drag, which is fire.
Yeah.
Team 2 kills the second drag, which is ocean. Team 3 kills the third drag, which is wind. At that point, Team 1, sorry. Team 1 then has to kill 2 more dragons, which are now wind dragons, always.
Okay.
To get the dragon soul. But Team 2...
But they can still deny it.
Yeah, but Team 2, if they keep getting the dragons after that, they would have to kill 3 wind dragons after that, but then they'll get the dragon soul. And the Elder only spawns once one team hits 4 collectively. So technically, you can get 7 dragons. 7 dragons would have died before Elder spawns. At the most. That's actually crazy. That's going to extend the game by a lot.
Yeah, I prefer this, though. That
sounds
a lot better.
I like this. That, yeah. It's not as snowbally, because if you get Elder, you can close out games quicker. Especially with the new Elder. But now they're making you work for it. So if you're ahead, you're already stomping. So it's like... cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But if it's tied, you actually have to fight over it, and it draws the game out more.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
I couldn't have said it better myself, dude.
That's really fucking good. So,
it's like... a good change. I really like that.
Yeah, I really like what they're doing with, like, the actual fucking... not the game map, but, like, the actual stuff in this game. And like the Elemental Drake buff... Yes. Like the Elemental Drake buffs, the Dragon Souls are permanent and last through death, which I really like. I like more just stacking shit on me, which is, like, always there. So that's good. So the Infernal. If we kill 4 Infernal... or get 4 dragons and we get the Infernal... okay. Every 3 seconds, your next ability basically just has a proc of extra damage. That's AoE.
Okay.
And it has 90
like
base...
a little Tiamat, basically?
25... Yes, but it's any damaging thing. So it could be abilities too.
Ooh, that's
And the
pretty good.
scaling is kind of ass, but
Oh, never mind.
it's like whatever. It's like but it's every 3 seconds, so it's like a good little poke thing. It's like a Luden's proc, basically. It's a weaker Luden's proc.
That's not bad. That's
Yeah,
okay.
it's a weaker Luden's proc,
Uh-huh.
but it's AOE. So that's something. That's definitely something. But it's not like
Right.
game changing. It's just like, okay, you're gonna take more poke.
Right.
All right, Mountain. Mountain, I think, is a little ridiculous.
I like that. Yeah, because it scales off everything. Everybody gets like
Yeah.
a meaty one.
Yeah, and it's meaty too. So after simply not taking damage for 5 seconds, I don't know if they meant to specify champion damage or just all damage. They
I
didn't
think it's all
specify.
damage.
If that's true, then that's fine. You gain a 225 shield, which is pretty good, especially for ADs, and it scales pretty poorly, but the base shield is enough. I think that's really good, and it's pretty simple. But I like that.
And it scales off all your values.
Yeah, but the scaling's ass.
Well, yeah, but it's still like good nonetheless. It's still like a stat. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but at a certain
you're
point it
getting
becomes
rewarded.
negligible.
Well, yeah, but you're getting rewarded for just playing. You know what I mean? Like
It's bonus
just for-
AD. It's not even total. So, for instance, point two, right? Let's say late game, I have 200, which is reasonable. I have 200 bonus AD.
Okay.
At that point, I would get an extra 40 from the shield. So instead of 225, it would be.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's good. Just like.
But it's not
Because it
that
helps the
big.
base
It's like
value.
stupid.
Yeah, it's all right. I like it.
Okay, so Ocean Soul, which I think is actually one of the really better ones. If you damage an enemy, you get healed for 180 plus 0.4 bonus plus 0.25 AP and bonus health and mana over 3 seconds.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does this proc every time you do damage,
Yes.
or you do damage once
Yes.
and then it
Yes.
like it
every
goes,
time.
it goes on cooldown?
Every time. There's no cooldown.
That's disgusting.
So if you keep fighting in a fight, this is gonna stay on.
That is disgusting.
And it basically encourages you to fight. But here's the caveat, and here's where I think this is ridiculous. On ADs, this is useless except if you're a poke AD, because then you could heal up. But if you're gonna get bursted, this has no use for you. If you're a tank, this is gonna make you unkillable.
You're gonna be hitting them for fucking eternity.
Like anything
Either-
you do to the enemy, if you do anything to the enemy, you're gonna heal. And that means
Nautilus, Sejuani,
yes,
and like Shatter
yes,
is so annoying.
yes, they're not gonna
Oh,
die.
God.
They're not gonna fucking die unless you have a vein.
We need Vayne. We need Vayne.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, and I like this. But I think this is really good because even without I'm looking purely at late game for this. Late game, it's OP for tanks. But early to mid, well, you're not getting this early, but mid to late game, like that transition phase, this is going to be really good for just like being healthy on top of getting Ocean.
Excuse me.
This is insane. I think this is my favorite one.
Ocean's the best one in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the best one. And then everyone's favorite, the Cloud.
Background.
You gain 10% movement speed.
We basically get another boot, right?
No, boot is not that good.
How much is movement speed do we get from boot?
You don't get 10%, you get 35 flat.
Okay. Okay.
Percentages work weird in League of Legends.
Okay.
10% is pretty fucking ass. It's basically celerity pre-nerf. Because now celerity is nerf and it gives you 8%.
But look what that does.
Yeah, and then the other thing is they took a fucking a rune that only certain people used and they gave it to anyone. Yeah, everyone. And they're changing Nimbus Cloak too because of this.
Ooh.
But yeah, you basically get 30% additional movement speed for 3 seconds after casting your ult. And this is the part I don't understand. They give
What?
something like Ocean to us, which has no cooldown. It is permanently on if we keep doing damage. Which imagine something that ticks. It's gonna stay on, and you basically get like free healing. Like imagine Malzahar with it.
I don't think it's that ridiculous. It can't be that
It is.
crazy.
It
dude.
is. I
If
saw
it is,
preseason
that's
videos.
disgusting. That is so disgusting.
And then they give something as shitty as the Cloud Soul a 30-second cooldown. So what about people who can actually use it effectively? Like, okay, let's say you have...
Like
No. Let's say you have like a person like Karthus. What is Karthus gonna do with this? He's gonna ult every 2 minutes, and then for 3 seconds he's gonna be a tiny bit faster. And I then think of people like Corky. Corky could take advantage of this if it didn't have the stupid cooldown. To me, the cooldown is what like stops this.
That's probably why.
Yeah,
there's certain like champion, like niche champs that could like make really good use of this.
But this is stupid. They should be able to. If you're getting the Dragon Soul, you want it to have a good benefit, not a stupid, idiotic one. Anyway, this is absolutely the worst soul. So, there's that.
So, Cloud sucks in both regards.
Yeah, basically, Cloud blows dick, as it always has.
Nice.
So now we're actually getting to the buffs. What everyone knows and loves in current League is probably getting, like, adjusted. So let's see how they're adjusting it. So, the Infernal is getting nerfed.
Yep.
Lovely. I actually agree with that, because I think Infernal is a little too much, thinking about it. Remember Deathfires?
Yeah.
It gave you Deathfires for free, basically. If you stacked 3 dragons, you have, like, Deathfires for free.
That would have been so nuts. So fucking nuts. I miss Deathfires.
Yeah. So, now you get less, and you need to stack it more to get even, like, remotely close benefits from it. So this is nice, though. I like this. Okay. It's not that snowball-y, which I want. I want the games to last longer. I really do. Anyway, so...
I do and I don't.
Yeah, there's different sides to it. So, Mountain. So Fire's basically the same, just nerfed. Mountain is different. They're actually changing it.
Rock.
So instead of being able to push faster, which they actually don't want, and you're going to see extremely why later on, they're making it so the early game you're not going to push.
So games are going to be so fucking slow.
I hope to God,
like
yes.
the path we're heading.
ADs can come back now. Anyway, now you just gain more armor and magic resist, which again, imagine this, and then you get like tanks with the Ocean Soul.
We're killing.
You basically have a Garen W passive on you.
I'm glad I can play Shen again.
And it's the old Garen W, because the new one's like gayer. This is the old one. This is insane. That's really good. You gain 32% extra armor and MR, and then there's a rune that increases that further by 8%. So you're essentially getting 40% if you max this out, extra armor and MR.
For free. For free. Doing nothing at all.
For free. Yeah. Well, no, you have to get the dragon, but yeah. Well,
besides that,
essentially for free.
You're not wasting an item slot.
Yeah, that's insane for tanks. I hope tanks are good now. So, Ocean. This is actually something I was surprised about. So, Ocean is largely remaining the same, but better, but with a caveat. You can regen more now. Like, the first dragon you get is near the same as what it is now, but every dragon after that is better. And you can heal. You can end up healing more. But the only caveat is you don't get mana anymore.
That sucks. That's what I hate, man.
That sucks dick for Nasus. Now as Nasus, I don't care about the Ocean Dragon anymore.
Hell yeah.
But I still think this is really good, especially for laning. And late game too. This is good at all points in the game. 20% missing health per
It's just a little worse because of the mana regen.
Yeah. But like it's better, like you'll regen more health now. So it's a trade away. I personally would prefer the old one though, because now
you got like a mini Mundo passive if you stack it.
Yeah, but it's out of combat unless you get the soul. Then it's in combat, which is insane. So with Ocean, no matter what, if you're out of combat, you're healing. If you're in combat, you're healing.
You're healing. Yeah.
That's insane. And then everyone's favorite thing, Cloud. Now that they're giving you the move speed, if and only if you're lucky enough to get it as the third dragon.
Chris, wait. Let me stop you. The first line, it says Cloud's movement speed was powerful. Do you agree with that? Powerful movement speed?
It gave 3% bonus, which tripled out of combat, so it gave 9% level 1. That is ass, and it was not powerful at all. Maybe an extreme pro play where, like, positioning matters extremely, but aside from the rich 1% of League of Legends, no, this did not matter at all. Yeah, no. This shit, dude, Riot doesn't even play their own game. This shit is so stupid.
Fucking Marc Merrills.
However, I like what they're making it do now. I think the new Cloud Dragon, unless they... I decided to eat another piece, goddammit. Fuck.
Are you dead?
No.
Okay.
I'm almost dead.
What are you even eating?
Meat.
What kind of meat?
Don't worry about it.
What, like steak?
No. Oh, you could shut the
here
fuck
we
up.
go. Yes, thank goodness. Yes.
Anyway, as I'm dying, I have to stop. So I'm putting away this meat for now.
Chris, come on. Eat a little more.
I'm eating rice. I have rice next to me.
You're gonna hiccup.
Probably, actually. Fuck.
Come on, Christopher.
No. Okay, well, anyway. I just won't eat. I'll starve myself.
Yeah,
So now... And now what they did... There was a change that was made, I think, because this was coming. And Riot knew about it, but we didn't. And I questioned, like, why they made this change. But now seeing this, it makes sense. And it's with Lux.
Ooh, Lux.
So, now, the Cloud Dragon, instead of giving stupid game movement speed, which they thought was powerful, they're giving something which I think is actually powerful. Actually powerful. They're making it so your ultimate is getting free CDR that is not applied to the cap.
Wait, so it's a CDR that's different from the CDR you're already building?
So let's say
like it stacks on top of?
Yes. It stacks on top of the CDR you already have.
Oh my god.
Now think of this.
Trading mirror ult.
Now think of this.
Yeah.
You could get, with runes, you can get 45% base CDR, maxed out.
Okay.
On top of that, there's a rune that makes it so your ultimate gets further CDR, up to 25 further percent, I think.
What?
Or not? Is it?
Dude,
25?
Tryndamere, let's go.
Let me look at the runes real quick. Hold on.
Chris, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No, because it's not out yet.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I can still see this one. So, it's called Ultimate Hunter, where unique takedowns grant permanent cooldown reduction to your ultimate. And it starts at 5%, and then it's increased by 4%.
Like right now?
Yes.
Okay.
This is on top of everything else.
Okay.
So, it's 5% and then 4 per kill, up to 5. So, yeah, you're getting 25.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So, you're getting 25 from Ultimate Hunter, 45 from runes in general. So 45, 55, 65. So you're getting 70, you know, just with nothing else on the ultimate alone. This doesn't make sense to me. Unless it's multiplicative, which then will make sense. But even then, it's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're getting 70 plus another 40.
Jesus Christ. 70 plus another 40?
To the ulti. So that puts it
that
over
sounds...
100.
Dude, Tryndamere?
If it's additive. Which, there's no God-given way in hell it's additive, because then people will have their ultimate always on. Yeah, it has to be multiplicative. So the effect is lessened, but I think this is the iteration of League that will come closest to Earth, in that your ultimate will be the lowest cooldown it's ever been.
Yes.
This is insane. So now, finally getting to the Elemental Drake mechanics. As I said before, it's not random. The first 3 Drakes are now always 3 unique ones. And now they spawn the same thing at 5 minutes, and they respawn 5 minutes again until one team gets 4. And they're making the first 2 weaker. They're making the first 2 having less health, so you can solo them now. Easier. And the Drakes after the first 2 have more health. So early game it's easier to get dragons, and later it's harder.
Yeah, to start it off it's easy, but like actually making it up is a little hard.
Yeah, so that's good. Elder Dragon. Okay, this is the big boy one. So, you know, after your team or the enemy team kills 4 dragons,
okay,
then Elder will spawn. And the thing they didn't like, which I kind of did, was Elder was more powerful based on if you were getting dragons. So at that point, it made getting dragons worth it for the late game.
So it was a win more, basically.
It was rewarding you for playing good or getting objectives.
It was a win more mechanic. You're already winning, just smash more.
Well, this one is, in a way, kind of like that, and I'll explain why.
Anyone's up for grabs?
Yes, but no. Riot has an idea of what this wanted to be, and I think they completely failed with it. So, up until now, Elder Dragon massively favored the team that was already ahead, as we said. We're removing that scaling to make the power equally rewarding for both teams. So, basically now, Dragon burns you, right? It burns you over 3 seconds, and it burns you for a lot more. Because you can't stack it, so they needed to up the damage, which is good. And it's true damage, which is, the same it is. But, actually, this was a big one. I didn't even know this. The Elder Dragon burn revealed enemies. I didn't know that. And the Elder Dragon doesn't stack anymore. So basically, when you get it, you just get the buff again.
That's it. Okay.
But the newest thing, which I think is ridiculous, is everyone who has Elder Dragon has an Urgot ulti.
Dude, when I saw that shit, oh my god.
So let's say this, right?
That is disgusting.
Let's say you damage a person. Now, there's counterplay to this, technically.
Yeah, because you can dodge it.
You can dodge it, but it's every 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna die.
So unless you have, like, a dot... If you have a dot on you that's applying the burn, you're gonna have to keep fucking dodging. I don't know how you're gonna do it, because it comes out quick. If people had seen the video, it comes out fucking quick.
Dude, it's like almost instant. You have to be really quick.
Yeah.
Like reflex.
Like, it's dodgeable, definitely, but, like, you have to be quick. You can't be, some people we play with. But,
Yeah.
So anyway, damaging a person less than 20% of their health causes them to die. Now, it can't execute enemies through invulnerability.
Dude, that's so good for tanks, too, I feel like.
Yeah, because now tanks don't have to, like...
Yeah, we don't have to even kill you. We just have to get you to a certain threshold.
Exactly.
Yes, Shan!
And it gives you true damage, so tanks can then actually do damage.
Dude, I'm ready.
So, it can execute enemies through invulnerability. So Zanya's, Kindred shit, all that stuff, you can't die to it. And, just like Baron, Elder is going to last 3 minutes now. So it's actually going to last a lot longer.
So they're both going to be, like big endgame, things to, prioritize.
Yes.
Okay.
So, let me keep reading. So, yeah, the buff is 180 seconds, and you can lose it if you die. I didn't know that. You can lose it if you die. So, it's basically like
cool.
Elder.
It's like Baron buff.
Yeah. In a complete stomp, the earliest Elder can spawn at 26 minutes.
Dude, they do want games to fucking just...
If you stomp it.
Yeah, that's if you're winning, it's fucking 26 minutes.
If you're getting 4 dragons immediately as they spawn every time, yes.
Holy.
But in a game that's going even or isn't seeing many objectives taken, as the junglers are retarded, it's also possible for Elder to never spawn. Because remember, the team needs to get 4 dragons.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then it respawns, every 6 minutes. So, what Riot intends with this? Riot intends to level the playing field. Be like, okay, guys, you have 4 dragons, the enemy has none, but they stole Elder. Now they can be an even playing field. No. Here's what happens, right? Let's say your team has 7 dragons. Or some bullshit like that.
Okay.
And, you're getting Elder to, stomp out the game completely. To, make it quick so you don't even have to kill the enemy all the way. And at this point, the Lee Sin Q's in, steals the dragon, and the enemy team is like, oh yeah, guys, yeah, look, we have a chance, we could get back.
Go, yeah.
No. Because if one team is already so ahead, where, if they're stomping you, and you have the Elder Drag, how are you going to even get them to 20%? It makes no sense. Yeah, it levels the playing field in that if both teams are even, and one team has more dragons, it's even for both. It gives you the same power, but that power isn't equally as used by both teams. If one team is behind, this is not a catch-up mechanic, unless you're not that far behind. It's more for, even trades or complete stompings.
So that's what Riot wants, Mr. Allen?
Yes.
They want, you to be neck and neck. They want to make games actually feel like like good
You
games.
can battle each other.
Yeah,
yeah.
which is good because
like
dude,
it,
I'm sick and tired of these 20-minute adventures.
Sometimes it's good though, because sometimes you want to get out of them quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what they were going for is like, okay, if you're really behind, you can get this and like come back. No,
That's
if
cool.
you're really behind, you're not even gonna get the enemy to 20% either way. So what do you?
So
like,
good
if
luck.
anything, you're denying it from the enemy, so it's gonna take them longer to end it.
Yeah, that's it. It's just gonna be like denial, which is fine.
But if you're that behind, it doesn't matter. So anyway, damn it, I ate more rice.
Fucking
So now, Baron buff. Again, they're making it 3 minutes. So Baron buff is technically getting nerfed. It won't last as long. But Dragon buff got
Do they
like
hate
longer.
Baron?
Kind of.
Okay.
So Dragon buff is lasting longer. Dragon buff's lasting longer for Elder. Baron buff is lasting less. But now they both last the same amount of time. So that's whatever. And now they've buffed the visuals of the buffs.
Ooh.
So, red buff and blue buff literally look like you just have shit around you.
No more runes?
No.
No more of like the little runic things they gave?
No.
Come on, bro.
They updated all of them, and I don't know, I like them, but they look so weird compared to what we
They
had.
look stupid, yeah. They just look. That's why I like them, because they look stupid as hell.
Yeah, they look pretty fucking weird. So, now we get into things that aren't as late game.
Nice.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, it's new, it's hip, it's zany, it's wacky.
Yeah, it's wacky cool.
So, so now we get to the earlier game.
Ooh, yeah,
Rift Herald. So they're like,
Yes.
okay, guys, you know, top lane is top lane. It's fucking it's a stupid ass lane.
Yes, it is.
So now they're making Rift Herald spawn earlier, and you can actually get it twice.
So you can push two lanes realistically with the little Rift Herald?
Or you can push one all
Like
the way.
massively.
All the
That's
way.
pretty good.
Yeah. But you have to wait 6 minutes, so it's like...
I mean, that's still, like, pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, either way, this is a buff to top lane. Hopefully top lane gets more relevance. I feel like they don't have enough relevance except... In my world...
Hey, it's a lot of, like, playing around doing this when I'm up there.
It's nonsense. Here's what I think it is, like, in the most realistic, try-hard, like, actual setting, pick a tank, farm, get to late game, support your team.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time, they just ignore you. Unless the jungler tries to get fed off you. That's about it.
Yep.
So, yeah, aside from that, you know, they're making it easier to get early game since it spawns earlier.
Yeah, that's where I think Bruiser's come in, because you're going to be wanting to fight for that, right? So it's going to be like, you might want to pick something that's like somebody who's really good fighting early.
So while they're making the game last longer, they're not making the early game boring, in a sense. They're trying to, like, spice it up, which is good.
Still making you want to do stuff. It's not going to be like a boring early game.
Yeah, like, you're going to fight over shit. You're going to fight over the dragons, the Rift Herald, and shit.
Yeah. A lot of shit will be going around.
Yeah. I think the biggest change is you have half the time to pick up the little eyeball that spawns from the Rift Herald. Which, like...
That's good.
To me, it lasted too long. 40 seconds is way too long.
Yeah.
I like that as 20.
Yeah.
But the big change is you could send it out in 1 second. Instead of charging it for 4, it takes 1 second now.
Good. That's so good.
I know. That's really good.
That's
now
so
the enemy has less of a time to, like, try and punish you.
Yeah, they have to, like, instantly punish you for it.
Yeah. So that's really good. I like that. What else? Okay, nothing else, like, that good.
Nothing else big, Mr. Allen?
Not particularly with the Rift Herald. Okay,
main XP.
This is basically stupid. I mean, looking at the values, yeah, it might matter differently. Like, okay, top lane might get level, like, 3 or 4 10 seconds quicker than bot lane. Or something like that. But this is, like, the values just don't exemplify, I think, what they're wanting to do. Or maybe we just don't know enough about XP. But this looks absolutely useless.
Yeah, I don't think we know enough about XP. I think this is just for, like...
No, they even say, here, look. Put another way. Every 5 waves, XP-wise for top lane, adds... And mid lane, I guess, because, you know, mid lane's a solo lane. So every 5 waves you have in mid and top, you get the amount of XP of an extra caster minion.
So you're getting rewarded for farming. So they're making it more impactful.
Not even,
right?
You get XP minion for just standing there.
Yeah, but you're getting an extra minion
You're getting an extra minion's worth of XP.
of XP. Yeah, but I mean, with that logic, aren't you gonna like
Every
level up faster?
5 waves.
Oh, every 5 waves.
Every 5 waves, you'll have enough XP.
This
from
seems like a
Balin.
tuning more than anything.
Yeah. It basically is just like rounding out the time you get the level.
Okay.
According to Balin, because maybe Balin's getting it too fast. I don't know. I don't know what this intends to do. Solo laners will have... Yeah, solo laners will level up 2% faster. Thank you, Riot.
Riot, let's go.
I don't know what that realistically does. Okay, so this. Oh, and I forgot to mention. Remember the change I said before they removed with the ulti CD going down?
Yeah.
It was Lux's ulti. Lux's ulti, when you got a kill with it, it got refunded, some of it. You remember that?
No.
Okay, because they took it out.
I don't remember. That sounds nutty.
Yeah, they put it in. It stayed for a long-ass time. If you were to get a kill with Lux's ulti, it would refund 40% of the cooldown.
Wait, when was this? This was this year?
I don't remember how recent it was, but it was in. It was in for a good bit.
What the fuck? That's not cool. I didn't know about it.
You know, it was in for a while. So now imagine... Remember I just said how much CDR you could get on your ulti alone? Imagine that on top of what Lux had. That would be insane.
Oh god. Dude, you just shoot laser bolts every fight. As long if you get a kill, it's like just chain reaction laser bolts.
Yep. Okay, so anyway. So to further the idea that they want the early game to last longer, they're increasing the amount of resistance each turn plating gives. Which I agree with. I think their original idea with turret plating was good, but it didn't work in actuality. Because it was meant, okay, the lower your tower gets, the harder it is to get. Like, the harder it is to, like, you know, get through and kill.
Really? That's not what it feels like at all.
Exactly, it's not.
Dude, it's
remember,
just a big cash cow Riot gave us, basically.
Sometimes me and you take the turret in, like, 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If we're, like, really doing good.
Oh, if that's what their goal was.
But you notice, like, on the last plate, it takes a while to bring it down.
Yeah, but we get it.
Yeah,
but it incentivizes us to, like, push harder.
Yeah, but we get it pretty early. Yeah. So now what they're doing is for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th plate, instead of getting 25 per plate taken, you get 35. So now they're just literally just harder to take. And 35 armor per early game is a lot. It's a lot. So I actually like this because it'll make taking the turn and getting, you know, the fucking cash cow gold harder riskier. And longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think junglers will be more involved of like, all right, how many pushes to get plating? Like, once you get a kill, just shove the wave and push for the plate.
So I like this. It's extending the game. So now, moving on to Doran's shield.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
They're basically... And I agree with this, too. I was always under the impression... I forgot who told me this. I think it was when I was playing in Greece with my cousins. They told me... Like, I asked them this. I was like, oh, if I'm a melee into a ranged matchup, how do I win that? And they're like, oh, it's harder because you could get, like, you know, more easily poked. Ranged is safer. But melee is stronger, they told me. They told me if you could get within melee range of a ranged person, you win. I was like, okay, that makes sense. It's you know,
that's
it's
more
like
or less the case now, though.
Not necessarily.
In certain matchups, not necessarily.
But like back then, it was like streamlined. Like, okay, if you were melee, you'd be beaten out by range until you could get to them.
Yeah. So that was the goal, to just catch up to them.
Yeah.
But now it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, now it's like, it's different.
You gotta do a bunch of hurdles.
Yeah, but they're making D-Shield better for melees. Melees into range, which is good.
Good. My Akali, I like that.
It's basically giving you an extra health regen if you get hit. So, again, I don't know if this is the common theme, but now you have, like, 3 different ways to, like, regen health in the early game. You have Doran Shield passive, which just which increases your health regen. You have this new passive for melees only, which increases your regen further on top of the passive one if you get hit. And then you have a rune, which makes it if you get hit, you regen. So it's like, they're stacking a lot of things they already have in the game on top of each other. I don't know if they want that, or if that's like healthy, but I guess we'll see. So now, jungle pacing. I don't know if this is as useless as the single solo lane XP. I'm not a jungler, so I can't really say. Let's see what they say about it. We're incentivizing junglers to prioritize farming rather than just fitting camps in between ganks. I like this because I think personally, if you're a jungler and you just focus on like non-stop ganking, it doesn't matter that you're not farming your jungle. I think it has to be like a choice. Either you gank heavy and lose out on XP, or you farm heavy and lose out on pressure.
I agree, 100%.
But as it works now, that never happens.
It's not the fucking case.
Because you first of all, you fucking take the laner's farm. So it's like, you get the XP anyway.
Yeah, I like it.
Which they're changing. If you saw before, they changed the soaking of duo XP. So I think junglers get less now.
So now I'll be screamed at if I like...
Yeah, because now you're making it worse for everyone. But, yeah,
fucking Riot, making me the villain when I'm playing jungle.
Yeah. So basically, they're trying to make the jungle incentivization better. Because as it is now, you don't need to farm. All you need to do is gank. Yeah, there's no point in farming
the jungle.
Yeah, you're still like...
just gank.
Yeah, there you go. Camp timers are getting lessened, so now you can farm it more often, which is good. Because I think that was also the main issue. You clear your camps, and then you're waiting for them to respawn. So at that point, you have to gank. You're also just sitting there.
That's the shit. I didn't like that. I didn't like that change at all.
So that's good.
Why do I have to be forced to fucking help you guys?
Exactly. This is good. So you can either choose, okay, I'm going to farm my jungle, and people can't say, oh, what are you doing? There's nothing to farm. Now there's always something to farm.
That, and it's also like, if your team's already ahead and you're farming, what do you do as a jungler? You walk around and do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
So this is good. I really like this change. The change I don't like is you can now see the timers for everything. Like, you know how there's timers for red and blue? Yeah, everything has a timer on. That's not nice. Because, again, this is something I really thought, like, they fucked up with. I mean, maybe not fucked up with, but, like, this is the furthest they should have brought it. Remember when they added in the timers for red and blue?
Yeah.
That was the furthest they should have brought it. Because that took away a lot of the thinking pressure of jungle.
Literally, like, all right, we gotta remember, like, have this in mind.
Yeah, like back in the day, remember Season 4, like, you had to remember the jungle timers. Okay, the enemy took it at this time. Okay, so it's gonna be up at this time. I have to remember it.
Yeah, you had to put it in chat, like, a timer in this.
Yeah, it made people who played jungle have to be better. Now we get people who are fucking mongoloid retards in the jungle who play it because they don't have to think as much. They're like... Yeah.
I'm a mongoloid retard. So I'm glad that they put that in.
Basically, the people before the red and blue buff got icons were dissuaded from playing jungles. They're like, okay, I gotta think too much. Now the people who are retarded is like, okay, I don't have to think as much. Let me play jungle. No. They're baiting people too much.
I remember back in the day, like, if you would have somebody who like knew the timers by heart and everything,
they were good.
Like felt like, wow, like that person's good.
Yeah,
like,
that guy's a good jungler.
Yeah.
But now it's like anyone and their mother can like play jungle, and most of them are bad. So, they did a bunch of XP changes and shit. That's probably to compensate for the amount of time, like...
Wow, this does taste like lemon. That's nuts.
This is probably to compensate for the amount of time, like, they'll be up. They'll be up sooner, so they'll obviously give a little less XP. And gold and shit.
This is good. I like the jungle changes.
I really like the jungle change. So now lethality items.
Ooh, assassins!
So, I have no idea why lethality items are good or bad, or even what they are. I have no clue what...
I don't know why they were even introduced. Like, why
to make assassins more bursty.
Okay.
Because remember, lethality ignores armor, but not percentage armor. So the more armor you have, the less effective lethality becomes. And they don't want it to be so OP, but they still want it to scale with AD's scaling armor, so they made it scale.
They just want squishiers to be like more susceptible to being bursted.
Yes, exactly, yes.
To react. Okay.
So what are they saying? Though the item system currently has 3 lethality options, one of which is always used, Duskblade, AD assassins overwhelmingly favored just like I said, overwhelmingly favored Duskblade and Youmuu's, and typically skip Edge of Night. Edge of Night is ass.
Yeah, I never get it.
We're adding 2 new options and reworking Edge to give assassin players more ways to adapt. So
are they making Edge of Assassin like always on?
I don't know. I actually have no idea.
I hope so. If they do, then I'll buy it. Like if it's like fucking Banshees, I'll buy it then.
So, Duskblade now basically just gives you more damage. It gives you 5 AD. but you can't disable wards, and it doesn't reveal
Aw,
wards.
man.
So I actually would have preferred if it didn't do that. Like, if it went
I
back
would
to the
prefer
old one.
yeah, I agree. That was nice to have, like, just, you can, like, one hit a ward.
Yeah.
Really big for pinks.
Only if you were melees, though. So, Youmuu's, what are they doing to Youmuu's? Youmuu's active now allows you to ignore unit collision.
That's really big.
That's it.
That's really big.
I don't know.
You're gonna get run down.
I mean, you already get run down with it, though.
I know, but, like,
unit collision
it's, like,
wasn't
a lot
that big
easier.
of a deal.
I mean, but I don't know. I feel like it's a lot easier if it can just, like, straight line, like, just beeline you.
I mean, it's
rather
easier,
than,
but
like,
to
I
me, it
gotta, like,
doesn't
run around.
change anything.
I don't know. As an assassin player, I like it.
I mean, it's a good quality of life change to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
it doesn't.
what it is.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
quality of life.
Yeah, but does that change the fucking issue?
For me, it does. I don't feel like, yo, if it's a lot simpler, to me, if it's a tad bit simpler, hey, that's all I need.
Okay, cool. And Edge of Night. Edge of Night across the board is getting nerfed with every single, like, stat except health. Health is going up, but, you know, if you're building Edge of Night, you're an assassin, hopefully, so health doesn't really matter that much. Especially the amount of extra they're giving you. Yeah, like, what are you, building tank? Like, hey, I'm a tank, let me get Edge of Night. No, you fucking... No. But, they're making it weak because now they're making the spell shield exactly like Banshees. So
Nice. Nice.
I actually think that's extremely good.
That's so big. I'm gonna build it now.
Yeah, this is actually extremely good. Because now you can just assassinate people easier,
That's
especially
the
if
only
they
thing
have
I
a
hated,
CC ability.
You have to remember, like, oh shit, I have to turn this on, and you have to
when
wait.
you,
Like,
when you're turning it on, you can't do anything else. That's the biggest thing, I think.
Stupid.
This is good though. I like this, but it's gonna make dealing with assassins a lot harder.
That's fine.
So that means ADs have to be protected, like, even more so.
Cause these niggas wiggy and
So anyway, the new lethality item, Sanguine Blade, which is basically for you, Elijah, as a Kha'Zix main.
Isolation?
So basically, if you find one or fewer enemies, I don't know how there would be fewer enemies than one, but I guess Riot can't count. So when near one or somehow fewer than one enemies, you'll gain attack speed. And, you know, it gives 50 AD, which is decent, 10 lethality, which is kind of ass. Lifesteal, which is pretty good. And, again, if you're not near an enemy, you gain more lethality, and you gain a shit ton of attack speed.
Yeah. Is that 100%?
At level 18.
Oh, yes.
Shut your mouth.
Dude, I'm about to blow my whistle as a Kha'Zix
But
player.
it decays. So you're not getting 100%, you're getting, like, less.
They will die if I see them by themselves.
But this is good. I like this item.
I like this item.
More options for assassins, the better, because I feel like their build path is so linear and so, like, unoriginal.
They all have the same thing.
They eventually have to go into crit because they can't build anything else.
Yeah.
Like, what do you get? Hydra, Duskblade, Youmuu's, and then you're like, okay, what do I build now? Okay, I guess I'll get, like, IE for damage.
Yeah, you can either be more healthier or just, like, pick IE and just pop more.
Exactly. This gives you more options now. And I like
another item, Mr. Helen?
The next, I actually know nothing about this item. I know, like, they're adding another one.
2 new items, hell yeah, okay.
Yeah, for assassins, thank you, right? Umbral Glaive. The new blackout item, so...
What the hell is that? What the hell is a blackout?
Basically, they took Duskblade's thing and put it on here.
Oh,
this is the thing that disables the wards.
So you have to choose. Do I want to, like, the nice Duskblade passive, or
both.
do I want to, like, kill wards? Well, yeah, but it's like you waste an item slot just to get the one.
Yeah, but this gives you more lethality in AD. So technically, if you wanted to get the old Duskblade, you could get, like, everything in it, but you'd be, like, way more powerful with way more lethality.
It'd be taking up two slots instead of one, but it'd do more damage.
Yes.
Okay.
So
but does that make up for having 2 different items?
And more cooldown and more lethality.
Maybe it does. Okay. So
it gives a lot of stats.
Alright.
But Umbral Glaive will probably be built the least as, like, a last item, because it doesn't offer anything else besides that passive.
I think this item is going to be built a lot in, like, competitive. I think that's a competitive item more than anything.
Yes, absolutely, yes. And it's also a last pick just if you want more lethality burst against squishies. Yeah. But, like, you're not building this above any other item, because the other items actually give you useful, like...
Yeah, this is just pretty situational. This is like a mid to late game item you'd get.
Yes.
not something you rush.
So those are new items. I like it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, they're
I
good.
like these. Yeah, good assassin items.
Yeah. Okay, so Rated Dirk. This item was so stupid. It basically gives you like a little more peepee little damage if you kill something and then within 3 seconds hit the enemy. They took it out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Because
God.
no one fucking even cared about that. They just bought it because it built into the fucking items.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just like, oh shit, remember this?
Yeah. So, now, something I personally really like.
Support?
Yes.
Ooh,
We're refreshing
Mr. Allen.
support items to be less poachable by solo laners.
Good.
And they have a better quest system that makes it so you don't have to go back to upgrade your item.
Thank goodness.
And you don't have to spend money on it. Technically.
Yes!
So basically, you just buy the shitty like little starter one, and then you can just start
And then
building
you never
into
buy it
actual
again.
items.
That's what people usually do.
Yeah,
anyway.
so they're making
Thank
like a
goodness.
thing the players did into a reality, which is good. That's
Yay.
what they did with Recall. If you you don't remember because like it wasn't in the game when you were here, but
Nope.
Recall used to be a summoner spell.
Did it?
Yes, you could not go back to base unless you took up a summoner spell slot for that.
Nice.
But because it was so used by everyone, they decided, okay, we're gonna build it into everyone's kit, which is what they did, which is what we have now. I like when they do that because that's basically them seeing like, okay, something is just like done. Let's just
Players
make
are
it like
using this
easy.
a lot.
Yeah, let's just make it
make it easier for them.
Yeah, this is good.
And good, it opens up new ways to like do shit, so.
Yes. Now there are some trade-offs though. Tribute no longer deals extra damage, which honestly that doesn't matter. If you were getting it, you were a poke champ anyway. You don't need to do more damage. You do enough. And the damage wasn't that good either. It was like fucking extra 10 damage.
I didn't even notice it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that's fine. Thank you. Whatever. But the big one I think is Spoils of War no longer heals.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, it will no
Feels
longer heals.
bad.
So they'll have less impact in the early lane if they're not like, unless they're a healer. So once you fully max out the support items, they actually lose their passives, which is what happened already with Tribute, I think. Or no, it didn't. It just got changed. Okay, that's not important. But yeah. So basically, once the support items upgrade all the way, you lose the gold generating passives. The goal is made. Okay. We're also introducing AD equivalents of the items to broaden the cast of champs who can be played as support. So basically, any single champion can support now, just according to stats. So you know what Tribute and Spoils of War is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They have an AP and AD version of both.
So anybody who pokes can go down there and support.
Yes.
Like
If you're
anybody-
AD and you poke, you get that one. If you're AP and you poke, you get that one. If you want to give your AD
that's
gold,
what you do now basically. Like if you're a poke heavy support, you would go there regardless if you did AD or AP.
you would go
Like when you went
Stealthies?
Ash support? Yeah. Ash
Oh,
support, MF
yeah.
support.
But those are like the gay ones.
Well yeah, but I'm just saying like
I guess, yeah.
but
So,
yeah,
anyway.
okay, that's cool.
So tiers, how satisfying is it? So 400 gold starting on same as it is now. And then just upgrades. So the cumulative cost is just 400. There you go.
Okay.
Anti-poaching. Farming more than 20 CS per 5 minutes, 3 out of 10 waves, reduces the gold from minions by 50%. So basically, if you have the support item and you start taking farm, you're going to get
You're
less
getting
gold from the
slapped
minions.
on the wrist.
Yes, which is
Good,
good.
right? Yes, I like that. I like the punishments. Yes.
Unless you have Spoils of War, obviously. But it kind of time gates you already, so. Spell Thief's Edge line. Yeah, basically everything I just said. There's an AP version, there's an AD version,
Yep.
and they give stats accordingly. There you go. And that's all the support items. So cool. Relic Shield line. This one I actually want to talk about a little bit.
Ooh.
So, like Tribute Gold values, we've standardized Spoils of War change rate to be slightly faster for Relic Shield, but slower for the upgrade. And there's something else. Any basic attack executes minions below 50% of their health, and now it's 30% for ranged. So instead of having no execute for ranged, there's now an execute, but it's less.
Nice. So like ranged, like tank supports could go down there.
Yeah, they can actually get Spoils of War. Spoils of War is if you want to give your AD gold. Relic is if, or not Relic, Tribute is if you want to gain gold for yourself, basically. Okay. So I think a lot of people will default to the Spoils of War support items, because those are just like, those will get your AD online faster.
Okay.
But anyway.
I think it'll be more of a pick because some, like, you know, like fucking brand Lux, like AP supports will probably want to get their items first.
Well, I'm going to make you get the fucking one that gives me gold, so.
Chris, I'm talking about the populace, alright?
Well, I'm talking for my laning.
Come on,
my support
let
better
me just
be
build my
giving me
AP
gold.
items.
Hell no. So anyway, Ancient Coin and Relic Shield. Ancient Coin is basically removed, I think. So there's that.
It is removed.
Because now its passive doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Shirelia's Reverie, basically the item that's Sivir's ulti. What are they doing to this? They know this item is useless and is basically used on no one. So they're nerfing the cost to be almost dirt cheap, honestly. The health it's giving is more. It still gives cooldown. It still gives mana regen. It's now kind of a support item because it now gives more healing and shielding. It wasn't before. It was meant to be a
initiate.
Just like an AP item.
Really? I thought it was more like
it used to grant 40 AP.
Oh yeah.
But now it doesn't. So now it's literally they just said, okay, it's a support item.
It's
now.
an AP item. Good.
Yeah. So
it was a niche item anyway.
Yeah. No one fucking used it. If you wanted it, you play Sivir.
I feel like somebody built Shirelias and like they always build Shirelias, but I just can't think of the name right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they increase the range you can give movement speed to. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the big one. This is the big one that like I'm most excited for.
Energized?
So basically, they're reworking energized items, right? So now ADs, currently ADs kind of suck ass in my opinion. They're fine. They're not that good, but they're fine. If you're a good AD, you'll obviously do work, but generally they're ass.
Yeah.
Now they're giving ADs who build crit, no less, my favorite like build path. Aside from on hit, but that's like only with certain characters. They're giving crit ADs an extra source of damage, an extra source of like stacking good damage. That's like more burst than anything else.
So no matter how you look at it, this is a buff because it's another like avenue of damage, right?
Yeah. Aside from critting, you're also gonna do like more damage.
Nutty.
And here's how. So, energized builds, which I don't understand why they say they're gonna differentiate it from crit builds. Any crit build is an energized build. Because to get crit, you need energized. They're not. They're fucking stupid. So
I think they did that because maybe their intent is to build like specific items that is energized.
But if you're building crit, you're getting those items anyway.
Well, yeah, but if you want to like do prioritize energy, like the energized thing, you would get like specific items. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh yeah, let me rush attack speed first. Yes.
That's fucking riot, dude. I don't know.
So energized attacks, right? Now all of the energized attacks stack instead of being a unique passive, which is what they were before. So like let's say static did like what is it called? Energized like 100 damage. And then rapid fire did energized 60 damage. You wouldn't do 160. It would prioritize static cuz it did more and you do the 100 even though you had both.
Okay.
Now they stack.
Hell
as well as giving their old passives. So the only thing is there's a little caveat.
Love that.
Energized charges from moving is wait. Oh, okay, no, this makes sense. Okay. So now you get more charges from moving, but less from attacking. So they don't want attack speed users to abuse this.
Okay.
Because Jinx will abuse
good. This is more burst to the ADs exactly. That like just do straight up burst.
Like if they crit you, you're already like doing consistent damage with crits, technically. Yeah. It's kind of RNG based. So.
Okay, good, because you don't want like, niggas like Ash and fucking Cog.
But then if you get like an energized proc within the crit, you're gonna notice it now. Now you're gonna fucking notice it.
Now you'll die.
And they did something which I think is insane.
This is so good for Caitlyn.
Oh,
so
God.
Good.
Yo, this is good for fucking Jinx, dude. Oh my god. Because Jinx already does 110% damage with her rocket. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, Stormrazor. Stormrazor is getting increased in cost, which is fine. It's 100 more. It's already expensive as fuck anyway. The AD is going down, which is fine. Because it's getting crit chance now.
Oh yeah, it never used to give crit chance before.
No. Now, Elijah, remember they wanted to differentiate energized from crit.
Yes.
And how do they do that? By giving energized crit.
I like it. So hand in hand, the duality.
Yeah, even though they wanted it to be different. So, basically energized, or not energized, basically, Storm Razor got nerfed all across the fucking board.
Nice.
Except in the energized damage it does.
So it got a small. So
And
it
it's
basically
slow.
got like fucking shackled for one little like increase.
Two. But they're
little
big.
increases.
So
Okay.
now all of the energized items damage is like 120, I think. So if I'm hitting you with Storm Razor, aside from having the one, wait, let me check. Yeah, all of them are 120. So if I hit you with an energized attack, no matter what, I'm going to do at least 120 and then an added effect depending on what energized item. So this could get pretty nutty too, and I'm going to explain
Oh
why.
yeah.
So the Storm Razor's passive that is like unique to Storm Razor as an item is it slows you. So if I'm autoing you, instead of it being a 40% decaying peepee little slow, I'm going to slow you for 75% that's not decaying for 0.5. So that's better.
Jesus
That's a lot
Christ.
better. That's actually going to make it so supports, if you build this first and you have an engaged support, they're going to be able to land shit easier technically.
Oh, they're gonna be held down.
Exactly. And with the
For
new
ramming.
changes, like, oh god. And with the new changes in like the bot lane little hidey hole, it might be like good. I like this. I really like this. So, you know, rapid fire, it's staying the same. Oh, and all energized attacks work on turrets. Before
Yeah,
it
now that's
only
just a
used to
default
be
thing.
before it only used to be rapid fire. Now it's
Rapid.
every single one. So you're
That's really
technically
good.
taking turrets faster now.
That's really good.
And rapid fire, you know, it does 120 energized damage, and you get more range. So there's that. And static, again, 120 damage, and you now have lightning that bounces. Now, here's what I am a little confused about. The Shiv Lightning is energized, I believe, but if the Shiv Lightning procs on something other than the main target, does it proc all the other
No, I think it's just a one
procs,
hit.
or it's just the static proc?
I think it's just the first static proc.
So the first
That'd be-
thing I
that'd be
attack
kinda nutty.
will get every proc, but everything after that will only get the static proc.
Yeah, I think so.
If it's not
That's
like that, this is OP. But either way, this is still good. Because now
Yeah, it's good.
more things get hit by lightning. Instead of 5, it's 7. So you're hitting every minion plus a champion now in the wave.
I like that.
Before, if you hit the wave, you hit some of
That's
the
the
wave.
Tatiana.
Now, you hit all of the wave and the champion if they're in it. This is insane. But it can't no longer crit, but if you're building energized, it doesn't matter because you're going to do more than a crit would have. So let's add this up. Overall, if you're getting energized, which you should be, on top of crit, which you're getting anyway, you're going to have 120, 240, 360, extra damage, guaranteed. And then, is there another one? No, I don't think there's any more. Because PD doesn't give you one. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, basically every so many autos, you're going to have like a 360 just magic damage buff. And the fact that it's magic damage also helps, because then if they're building armor, you have the magic damage added in. So it's good. Amazing change. I like it. Very good. So they're removing Brawler's Glove, and they're adding in Cloak of Agility to be 25% and build into all the Zeal items, I believe. So it's going to take longer to get them technically, because Zeal's costing more now. So technically you can't be as strong early game because you're not going to be able to build Brawler's Glove. And if you don't have enough for Cloak of Agility, you're basically out of luck. So that's fine. That's fine with everything that's happening. And aside from that,
It's pretty good.
now going to the end, they're removing some problem items. So they're removing Spear of Shojin because it's fucking stupid and broken with some people. So that's fine. I'm
Yes.
fine with that. ZZ they're removing Rip Trick 2G, I guess. I don't know. They're removing Ohm Wrecker because only Trick 2G used that. And they removed Raptor Cloak because it's built into the 2 items they just removed. So nice. Item set editor cleanup, no one cares about that. And finally, on to the runes. They're removing Kleptomancy.
No!
They're removing Kleptomancy, which means Ezreal's even worse than he is now. Somehow.
No! My kill!
Ezreal and Kale... Well, I don't think you should go Klepto and Kale anyway. I think Kale should run the attack speed one. But,
my MF.
Same thing. But,
Fuck, man.
Klepto's out. However...
Klepto part
they're
2?
adding something they know the fans want.
Yeah. Money?
No. Now that Klepto's gone, they're adding in a rune that can become any other rune. It's Kleptomancy's spiritual successor.
The sun?
I don't know how it's a spiritual successor. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But that's what they say.
The sun.
So now every couple seconds you get a random keystone. So
any?
Yes.
Even the big tier ones? Like I could get like Electrocute plus Conk?
No, you can't get them combined. You'll get one at a time.
Oh.
So you could get Conqueror for 5 seconds, and then the next 5 seconds you'll have Airy.
Okay, this is stupid as hell.
Yes. It's basically if you want to be retarded. I think this will be the keystone people use when they troll.
Yeah, this is the meme fucking keystone.
Like, hey, I'm gonna troll you. I'm going this.
It's gonna be for like a character that uses that like the other parts of the tree,
It's for a character that has no keystone that's good to them.
Yeah, there you go. Like weird champs.
So
like
basically, characters that are useless. So great rune, right? Thank you, thank you so much. So Conqueror is getting nerfed, unfortunately.
Conk?
Yeah, it's doing too much damage, apparently.
Come on, bruv.
It no longer gives you true damage. But, but you now heal for the damage after armor mitigation, which can be ass or can be really good, depending. And it stacks more. And one thing I'm very happy about, it's 8 seconds for ranged now. Before it was 3, and ranged people never use it. Now ranged people can actually use it.
Yeah, now Conk is for everybody now.
I actually think, because this is basically Fervor. This is what Fervor was, just in maybe a shittier form. But this is Fervor.
Basically,
I might actually start using this on people that like I don't want to just default to free
not PTA always.
Fuck PTA. PTA is gay. Because PTA only works on one person, then it has a cooldown.
Yeah.
And that's if you want to help your team or just have, like, Burst. As AD, Burst is nice, but we're getting Burst with Energized. We want consistent more damage, and Conqueror gives us that. And healing. And fucking healing. Are you... I might use this now. I might use this.
Let's go, bro.
Ash will probably not use this, but the old Ash would have. Anyway. Adaptive Force is going down a little bit. Max Adaptive Force, late game is going up. So essentially, late game, if you fully stack this, you're getting 50 bonus for like power.
Okay, good. So the rune just doesn't become useless later on.
That's actually really good. So if you fully stack this, you get a free 50 AD.
Yeah.
That's really good. Aftershock. Aftershock, from what I know, has been an issue ever since its release. It's caused people who are not tanks to pretend they're tanks. Yeah, just to survive in the lane. So what are they doing? They're making the flat amount less, and they're making it scale more off tank stats, which is lovely. Nice. It solves the entire problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Riot.
Thank you.
Thank the gods.
Presence of Mind. This rune is absolute asshole. Only like 2 people use this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I used that rune before. I forget on who, but I've used it.
Karthus and Kassadin use this.
Yeah, Kassadin.
So, it restores 20% of your mana, and it increases your mana now. Up to a cap.
Good. Now they can use the rune even harder.
Yeah, so the people who use it get more benefit. No one else is going to use it. There you go. Nimbus Cloak.
Nimbus Cloak?
So, as they gave the old Nimbus Cloak to fucking, like, Cloud Soul passive, which is retarded.
Basically, yeah.
The new one is now, if you cast a Summoner spell, you basically get Zoe W.
Oh, hell yeah.
The common theme in all of this is they're taking things already in the game and giving them just to other things. Sivir ulti, Shirelia's. Zoe W, Nimbus Cloak. Doran's, whatever. Mountain Soul, Garen passive on this W. It's like, they're not making anything new, they're just making more of it available. But I liked it, it's still fine, it's whatever. This is kind of ass. Again, the people who use it already are still going to use it. Vlad. I don't know who else, but Vlad. And finally, champions. I really like this. They're not touching Senna until after
Except for
pre-season.
Aram? Oh my.
You know, Senna and Aram's OP. But
dude, they're letting her just fucking run around like headless until the season starts.
Yeah. So now because she can get the actual support item that gives AD, Spell Thieves no longer converts to AD. And for some odd reason, an ARAM and an Earth, which she wasn't even available in, she gains double the souls. So they fixed that.
Fucking Riot.
But they're not touching anything else, and I like that.
She's overloaded, Riot.
Here's what they say. Senna launched pretty close to balanced.
Really?
Yes. And we're waiting to see how, like, in preseason she is with all the different changes to the game, and then we're either going to buff her or nerf her.
Yeah, that's true, because I think players just don't know, like, what's going to work on her yet until...
Yeah. I mean, I also personally think her kit's overloaded, but I don't think she's, like, that
We're basically the
crazy.
lab rats for Riot.
Yeah, basically. So, there's that. I'm glad she's not getting touched, because I think she's strong. I don't think she's OP, I think she's strong.
She's strong.
If you have engaged, she gets fucked.
She's really strong, but it's like, people who suck at her really suck at her.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't nerf her. And finally, to round out this patch...
Rock.
We have Twisted Treeline.
Yes,
unfortunately leaving us.
No.
So not only have they taken away Dominion.
Treeline.
They've taken away Dominion from us.
What about the Challenger Twisted Treeline players?
They get an icon.
No.
There you go.
Well, bruh.
Riot basically is devolving into, okay, you just play Summoner's Rift or TFT, nothing else. And ARAM, because actually there's a really good ARAM crowd. And I like ARAM. I think ARAM's pretty fun too. ARAM is for like the casual league people.
Like really casual.
Yeah.
Like
or for me at work.
basically.
Yeah, basically. But it's fun. I like it. I like ARAM.
I hate that shit.
But yeah, TFT's leaving. RIP TFT players. I don't see why they have to fucking remove it. They should just keep it in and not like do anything with it.
What, TFT?
Yeah. No.
Or Twisted?
Yeah, Twisted. Because like it's sad to see it go. Because now people who like only play TFT are not going to play this game anymore.
Yeah,
so,
like the
10
Challenger
people.
TFT players.
Yeah, the 10 people. But aside from that, the Essence Emporium is returning from November 25th. So actually pretty soon. To December 10th. And I have a good amount of Essence, so I'm ready.
Ooh, Mr. Allen.
So that's cool. And then bug fixes, we don't care. Skins and chromas, we don't care. And the skins we already talked about. So all in all, we're done with the preseason patch after
League time.
hour and a half.
League time.
An hour and a fucking half.
Fucking
so, like,
Chris Allen.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts on preseason. What do you think of all these changes, dude? These wacky, zany changes.
Are you asking me how many Marc Merrills I would give it?
Yes. How many Marc Merrills, dude?
I would give it 10 Marc Merrills out of 10.
10?
Just because this is like the new innovation season Riot promised.
Interesting.
So once like the rest of this shit comes out, then maybe I'll give an overall like what I think of preseason. But right now it looks to be good, so I'm gonna give it 10.
Okay. Aside from like Riot being retarded and saying what they wanted to change, and the changes not reflecting what they're saying, I still think the changes are good for the game, even though it's not what Riot is saying they want. It's still good changes. So,
yes.
All in all, we'll see if it's actually good or if we're just talking out of our I give this 9 Marc Merrills out of 10. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited. But that's it for patch notes.
League time.
Yeah, let's play some League, I guess. Actually, fuck, do we have to? Is the event still going on?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Okay, it's over. So no league time.
No league time for you, Mr. Allen?
No league time.
What time is it for you?
Destiny time. Today is the day I get the title.
All right, wait, we gotta go with Daniel B. Sherlock.
Okay, yeah, let's go there.